Morning. So today we're going to talk about exponential growth and exponential decay. So exponential growth happens when something exponentially increases over time. Okay, so the formula for exponential growth is y equals some initial amount times 1 plus a growth rate, and that is all going to be raised to your time t. Okay, so your A is your initial amount. The R is your growth rate. And your T is your time. Okay, and your time is usually in years. Okay, let's do a problem here. So the original value of an investment is $1,500. So that is our original investment. So that's our initial amount. So here our A is going to be $1,500. Okay, and the value increases by 8% each year. So that 8% right there is going to be your growth rate. Okay. Okay, but we can never use 8%. So what we have to do is remember change your percentage to a decimal. So this is actually going to be 0.08. Okay, use an exponential growth function to find the value of the investment after 20 years. So here our t is going to be 20. All right, so we will plug it in the formula. So it's going to be 1,500 times 1 plus 0.08, and then all of that is going to be raised to the 20th power. Okay, so you're going to have 1,500 times 1.08. Order of operations, remember, tell us that we are going to say 1.08 raised to the 20th. And there is this little symbol on the calculator, okay, that you can put in there. So you can put in 1.08, and it's a little caret top, and then you can put in your 20. It's going to be about 4.66096. It's a long decimal in there. Then you're going to multiply that value times 1,500. So it's going to be 6991.44. Okay, and we're talking about money, so we always round to, you can round to the penny there. Okay. All right, let's do another one here. Annual sales for a company are $140,000. So that $140,000 is your initial. Okay, and are increasing at a rate of 3%. So 3% is our growth rate. Remember, we can't use 3%, so we're going to plug in the decimal. Use an exponential function to find the annual sales after 6 years. So, our formula will be 140,000. 1 plus 0.03, and then that's going to be raised to the 6th power. So it's going to be 140,000, and that's going to be 1.03 raised to the 6th power. So 1.03 raised to the 6th power times 140. So that's going to be 167, 32. So after 6 years, our annual sales are going to increase to 167,167. Okay. All right, let's look at number 3. In 1988, there were 280 cell phone subscribers. Okay, so our initial, is going to be 280 cell phone subscribers. The number of subscribers increased by 70%. So my rate here is going to be 70%. So my decimal is going to be 0.7. Okay, find the number of subscribers in 2008. Okay, so my time t, I'm not going to plug in 2008 in there, right? That's not right. So my initial starting point is going to be year 1988. Okay, so I need to say 1988 minus that 2008 and get my years. So how many years after 1988 is 2008? So that should be 20 years. So 2008 minus 1988. So it gives you that 20. Okay? Alright, so here is y equals 280. 1 plus 0.7 because it's increasing. All of that raised to the 20th power. Okay, so this will be 280. Oops, sorry. Looks like a kindergartner's handwriting. So 280 times 1.70. And that 1.70 is what's going to be raised to this 20th power. So it's going to be 4642 times 280. Ooh, that's a lot. So 113,798. 47, right? 7 or put the Okay, so here we're not going to keep this one as a decimal, so remember we'll change this to a whole number. So what would that be? 48. So there's going to be 11,379,848 people, cell phone subscribers, in the year 2008. Okay, so now we're going to talk about exponential decay. So this is just, it's the same exact thing as a growth, except for something is going to decrease. Okay, so something is going to decrease. over time. So the growth rate here is going to be a negative value. So if the growth rate is negative, my formula is going to change, because remember, decreasing means minus, right? So my formula is going to change for my exponential decay. So you're going to have some initial amount still, and then inside here you'll still have 1, but instead of a plus, you're going to have a minus, an r, and all of that raised to the t. So everything is still the same. So you've got your amount, so your initial, your r is your growth rate, and it is going to be negative because we are decreasing. That's what that negative right there means, is that we'll have a decreasing growth rate. And your t is your time. Time in years, growth rate in a decimal. Okay? Let's look here. The population of a town is decreasing. See that word right there? Decreasing at a rate of 1.5% per year. Okay? So right there, I have my growth rate is 1.5%. So I'll say 0.015. Okay. In 2002, there were 1,600 people. So my initial starting point is going to be 1,600. Use an exponential function to find the population in 2008. So my time, okay, so my starting point is year 2002. So I'm going to say 2008 minus 2002. So that's going to be 6 years, right? There's a 6 years difference right there. Okay, so I'm decreasing, so that means that inside my formula I need to have that minus. So it's going to be 1,600 times 1 minus 0.015, and that's going to be raised to the 6th power. Okay, so this should be 1,600 times 0.985 raised to the 6th power. So this should be 29. Okay, but we're looking at people. So this is going to be, it's going to decrease to 1,461 people. Okay. All right, let's do one more. I think you're getting it. An investment of $9,400. So my initial investment, so my initial amount is $9,400. Okay, loses value. What's that word say? Loses value at a rate of 2%. So that means I'm going to have a decreasing rate. So that means my rate will be a negative value. Okay. Use an exponential function to find the value of the investment after 8 years. Our time is t is 8. So we'll have y equals 9,400 times 1. It's losing value, so this is going to be a minus my rate, so minus 0.02. All of that raised to the 8th power. Okay, so this is going to be 9,400 times 0.98 raised to the 8th power. And then, so you'll raise it to the 8th power, so you'll raise that 0.98 to the 8th power. And then you'll multiply it times 9,400. So you're going to get 7,997.17. And this is an investment. So after 8 years, my investment of $9,400 is going to be $7,997.17. Okay? All right, I hope that makes sense. So finish up those worksheets, and I hope that you'll have a great day.